Good morning, spin enthusiasts. So I totally wasn't going to do a series this week. That's why there was no video yesterday. But this just is such a hot button issue. I feel like I just need to keep letting you guys have a voice on it and talk about it and discuss it and problem solve here, because I don't think that simply talking about it once in a while is going to fix it. So one of the things that has been such a hot button thing, and I'm so sorry, Marching Health, that you got to have the brunt of this, is, the statement was made that tour fees aren't that expensive. And the reason that they were making that statement, tour fees, if you don't know, tour fees for world-class drum corps are really, really high. It's like $4,000 for the summer. And their statement was comparing tour fees for drum corps to things like football camp and again, like we were talking about before, sports. So again, there's more people involved in sports. So you're gonna have a wider range of people who are participating in sports versus who are participating in marching bands. So you're probably going to get those people who can afford it more. Now, do we cater then to those students who can afford the higher prices, or do we cater to those students who can't afford it and not spend as much money, bring down the tour costs, make the tour smaller, and so on? I don't think, that has been suggested was, well, just let's not have the drum corps spend as much money. And I think the same thing could technically be said about winter guards. Let's not have them pay the staff as much. Let's not spend as much money on the tour. Let's not go on as big of tours. But I think there's something to be said about the ability that those teams have had to grow and to charge as much as they do and still get members coming back and paying those fees. So are they making it exclusive to people who can afford it? Yeah, I think so. There are scholarship organizations out there who are trying to equalize that. I think our focus really needs to be on helping those smaller corps that do have less fees though. And I keep talking about corps because that's where the conversation was going on Twitter earlier this week. But really, this can cover winter guards, this can cover indoor drum lines, this can cover winds groups, anybody. This can cover marching band even. You don't necessarily want to exclude those who can't afford it, but you also want to make sure you can put on the best possible show that's out there. And I think there needs to be a balance of that. And I think we're getting there slowly, but because there's more people who are willing to pay, they're going to charge more. And as long as there are people who are willing and able to pay, they're going to continue to charge outlandish fees, basically until people stop showing up. So if you don't like the fees being so high, really, then you need to look at those smaller corps and support them with their smaller tours and their shows that are not as flashy and they don't get new uniforms every year and things like that. And I think that's what we need to understand about drum corps and in general is you're not going to go and have a big flashy long tour without having to spend that money. Now, that being said, I actually I hate it. I hate that members have to pay at all. If you watched my series that I did last week, there was the whole thing about we need to find alternative funding. We don't need to be charging the members. That's crazy. In professional sports teams, the members don't pay to play football or to play basketball. They get paid. They get paid millions of dollars. But that's because there's sponsorships, and those sponsorships want to be there because they're getting their logo and their name in front of so many fans. So again, this is coming all the way back around to we need to be more inclusive of people. We need to bring more people into the activity. So does that mean we need to lower the prices for show tickets? Do we need to lower the prices for tour fees? I don't know. I think this is really a conversation worth having because our activity is changing so much, and it has changed so much in the last few years. Anyway, I'm almost to school, so let me know in the comments, continue this with me. I'll talk to you tomorrow.